fan that has been UL listed typically meets OSHA requirements. UL, or Underwriters Laboratories, is a well-known organization that focuses on product safety and performance testing and certification. The UL mark on a product signifies that it has undergone rigorous testing and meets established safety standards. OSHA, or the Occupational Safety and Health Administration, is the government agency that ensures safe working conditions. They have minimum safety requirements for equipment used in the workplace. OSHA usually accepts UL certification as proof that a product meets their safety standards. This acceptance is because UL testing methods are comprehensive and often exceed OSHA's criteria. When it comes to fans, OSHA mandates that they follow the electrical safety guidelines outlined in the National Electrical Code, or NEC. UL certification confirms that the fan has been evaluated and found to comply with these NEC standards. However, it's crucial to verify the specific OSHA guidelines for the particular type of fan being used. Also, remember that UL certification covers the fan itself, not how it's installed or used. It's vital to adhere to the manufacturer's instructions during installation and use to maintain safety. Firstly, UL certification focuses on the product's design and manufacturing to ensure it meets specific safety requirements. This includes aspects like electrical safety, material flammability, and mechanical integrity. Secondly, OSHA's role is to enforce workplace safety regulations. While OSHA doesn't directly test and certify products like UL does, they rely on certifications from nationally recognized testing laboratories, or NRTLs, like UL to verify that equipment used in workplaces meets their safety standards. Thirdly, the NEC provides detailed requirements for electrical installations, including fans. UL certification ensures that the fan complies with these electrical codes, reducing the risk of electrical hazards. To ensure compliance and safety, consider these points. 1. Always refer to the specific OSHA regulations that apply to the type of fan you are using in your workplace. Different types of fans, such as ceiling fans, exhaust fans, or industrial fans, may have specific requirements. 2. Check the fan's labeling and documentation for UL listing information. The UL mark should be clearly visible on the product, and the accompanying documentation should provide details about the specific standards the fan complies with. 3. Follow the manufacturer's instructions for installation, operation, and maintenance. Proper installation and maintenance are crucial for ensuring the fan's continued safe operation. 4. Be aware that UL certification is not a one-time event. UL conducts ongoing surveillance audits of manufacturers to ensure that they continue to meet the required standards. This helps maintain the consistency and reliability of UL certified products. 5. Understand that UL certification does not cover misuse or abuse of the product. If a fan is used in a way that it was not intended for, or if it is subjected to excessive wear and tear, the UL certification may no longer be valid. 6. Consult with a qualified electrician or safety professional if you have any doubts or concerns about the safety of a fan installation. They can help you ensure that the installation meets all applicable codes and regulations. In summary, while a UL-listed fan is generally considered to be OSHA-approved due to UL rigorous testing and alignment with NEC standards, it is always best to confirm specific OSHA requirements, adhere to manufacturer instructions, and seek professional advice when needed to guarantee workplace safety. Fans used in the workplace are subject to both UL and OSHA guidelines, and understanding the relationship between these two entities is crucial for ensuring a safe working environment. UL and OSHA play distinct but complementary roles in ensuring workplace safety, especially concerning equipment like fans. While UL focuses on product testing and certification, OSHA is responsible for enforcing workplace safety regulations. Let's delve deeper into their respective roles and how they interact to ensure that fans used in workplaces are safe and compliant. UL, as a nationally recognized testing laboratory, develops safety standards and tests products to ensure they meet those standards. When a fan is UL listed, it means that UL has tested the fan and determined that it meets specific safety requirements. These requirements may include electrical safety, mechanical safety, and material flammability. The UL mark on a fan indicates that it has been subjected to rigorous testing and meets industry-recognized safety standards. OSHA, on the other hand, is a federal agency responsible for ensuring workplace safety and health. OSHA sets and enforces standards for workplace safety, including requirements for equipment used in the workplace. While OSHA doesn't directly test and certify products like UL does, they rely on certifications from NRTLs like UL to verify that equipment meets their safety standards. In the case of fans, OSHA requires that they meet the electrical safety standards of the NEC. The NEC provides detailed requirements for electrical installations, including fans, to minimize the risk of electrical hazards. Because UL certification ensures that a fan complies with the NEC, OSHA typically accepts UL certification as proof of compliance with their safety standards. This means that if a fan is UL listed, it is generally considered to be OSHA approved. However, it's important to note that OSHA may have additional requirements for fans, depending on the specific application and workplace environment. For example, OSHA may require that fans used in hazardous locations be explosion-proof, or that fans used in areas with flammable materials be non-sparking. In these cases, it's essential to ensure that the fan meets these additional requirements in addition to being UL listed. To ensure compliance with both UL and OSHA guidelines, it's crucial to follow these steps. Firstly, when purchasing a fan for workplace use, look for the UL mark. This indicates that the fan has been tested and certified to meet industry-recognized safety standards. Secondly, check the fan's documentation for information about the specific standards it complies with. This will help you determine if the fan meets the requirements for your particular application. Thirdly, follow the manufacturer's instructions for installation, operation, and maintenance. Proper installation and maintenance are essential for ensuring the fan's continued safe operation. Fourthly, be aware of any additional OSHA requirements that may apply to fans in your workplace. Consult with a safety professional or review OSHA regulations to ensure compliance. In addition to UL and OSHA, other organizations and standards may be relevant to fan safety in the workplace. For example, the Air Movement and Control Association, or AMCA, develops standards for fan performance and efficiency. The American Society of Heating, Refrigerating and Air Conditioning Engineers, or ASHRAE, provides guidelines for ventilation and indoor air quality. By considering these additional organizations and standards, you can ensure that fans in your workplace are not only safe but also perform efficiently and contribute to a healthy indoor environment. In conclusion, UL and OSHA work together to ensure the safety of fans used in the workplace. UL provides testing and certification services to verify that fans meet industry-recognized safety standards, while OSHA enforces workplace safety regulations and relies on UL certification as proof of compliance. By understanding the roles of UL and OSHA and following the steps outlined above, you can ensure that fans in your workplace are safe, compliant, and contribute to a healthy working environment. When dealing with electrical equipment in the workplace, such as fans, it's essential to be aware of the relevant safety standards and regulations. Two key organizations that play a role in ensuring the safety of such equipment are UL and OSHA. Let's delve into the specifics of UL Standard 507 and its relationship with OSHA regulations, particularly concerning fans. UL 507 is a safety standard developed by Underwriters Laboratories specifically for electric fans. This standard outlines the requirements for the construction, performance, and safety of electric fans intended for use in various applications, including residential, commercial, and industrial settings. UL 507 covers a wide range of fan types, including ceiling fans, table fans, exhaust fans, and portable fans. It addresses potential hazards associated with electric fans, such as electrical shock, fire, and mechanical hazards. The standard includes requirements for the fan's electrical components, wiring, insulation, and grounding. It also specifies requirements for the fan's mechanical construction, including blade design, motor enclosure, and guards. Furthermore, UL 507 includes performance requirements to ensure that the fan operates safely and effectively. These requirements may include tests for airflow, speed, and noise levels. OSHA, as the federal agency responsible for workplace safety, relies on standards like UL 507 to ensure that electrical equipment used in the workplace meets safety requirements. While OSHA doesn't directly test and certify products like UL does, they recognize and accept certifications from NRTLs like UL as evidence of compliance with their safety regulations. In the case of electric fans, OSHA requires that they meet the electrical safety standards of the NEC. UL 507 is designed to align with the NEC requirements, ensuring that fans certified to this standard meet OSHA's electrical safety requirements. This means that if a fan is UL 507 certified, it is generally considered to be OSHA approved for use in the workplace. However, it's important to note that OSHA may have additional requirements for fans depending on the specific application and workplace environment. For example, OSHA may require that fans used in hazardous locations be explosion-proof, or that fans used in areas with flammable materials be non-sparking. In these cases, it's essential to ensure that the fan meets these additional requirements in addition to being UL 507 certified. To ensure compliance with both UL 507 and OSHA regulations, it's crucial to follow these steps. 1. When purchasing an electric fan for workplace use, look for the UL 507 certification mark. This indicates that the fan has been tested and certified to meet the requirements of this standard. 2. Check the fan's documentation for information about the specific requirements it complies with. This will help you determine if the fan meets the requirements for your particular application. 3. Follow the manufacturer's instructions for installation, operation, and maintenance. Proper installation and maintenance are essential for ensuring the fan's continued safe operation. 4. Be aware of any additional OSHA requirements that may apply to electric fans in your workplace. Consult with a safety professional or review OSHA regulations to ensure compliance. In addition to UL 507, other standards and regulations may be relevant to the safety of electric fans in the workplace. For example, the AMCA developed standards for fan performance and efficiency. The ASHRAE provides guidelines for ventilation and indoor air quality. By considering these additional standards and regulations, you can ensure that electric fans in your workplace are not only safe but also perform efficiently and contribute to a healthy indoor environment. In conclusion, UL 507 is a critical safety standard for electric fans, and OSHA relies on this standard to ensure that fans used in the workplace meet electrical safety requirements. By understanding the relationship between UL 507 and OSHA regulations and following the steps outlined above, you can ensure that electric fans in your workplace are safe, compliant, and contribute to a healthy working environment. National Electrical Codes, or NEC, requirements for fans are critical for ensuring electrical safety. The NEC provides comprehensive guidelines for the installation, wiring, and protection of electrical systems, including those that power fans. Understanding these requirements is essential for preventing electrical hazards and ensuring the safe operation of fans in various settings. Let's explore some key NEC requirements related to fans. Firstly, the NEC specifies requirements for the wiring methods used to connect fans to the electrical supply. These requirements address the type of wiring, conductor size, and installation practices. For example, the NEC typically requires that conductors be sized according to the fan's motor rating to prevent overheating and ensure adequate power supply. Secondly, the NEC also includes requirements for overcurrent protection of fan circuits. Overcurrent protection devices, such as circuit breakers or fuses, are designed to interrupt the flow of electricity in the event of an overload or short circuit. The NEC specifies the appropriate size and type of overcurrent protection device for fan circuits to protect against electrical hazards. Thirdly, the NEC addresses grounding requirements for fans. Grounding provides a path for fault current to flow back to the source, minimizing the risk of electrical shock. The NEC requires that fans be properly grounded to ensure electrical safety. Fourthly, the NEC includes requirements for the location and installation of fans. These requirements may address clearances from combustible materials, accessibility for maintenance, and protection from physical damage. The NEC also specifies requirements for the support and mounting of fans to ensure that they are securely installed. Fifthly, the NEC addresses requirements for fans used in specific locations, such as damp or wet locations. Fans used in these locations must be listed for the intended environment and installed in accordance with the NEC requirements. This may include using weatherproof enclosures and wiring methods to protect against moisture. Sixthly, the NEC includes requirements for fans used in hazardous locations, such as areas with flammable gases or dust. Fans used in these locations must be explosion-proof or intrinsically safe to prevent ignition of hazardous materials. The NEC also specifies requirements for the wiring and installation of these fans. To ensure compliance with the NEC requirements for fans, it's essential to follow these steps. 1. Consult the NEC for specific requirements related to the type of fan you are installing and the location where it will be used. 2. Use qualified electricians to install and wire fans in accordance with the NEC requirements. 3. Inspect fan installations to ensure that they meet the NEC requirements and are free from defects. 4. Maintain fans in accordance with the manufacturer's instructions and the NEC requirements. 5. Be aware of any local amendments to the NEC that may affect fan installations in your area. In addition to the NEC, other standards and regulations may be relevant to fan installations. For example, UL developed standards for fan safety and performance. The AMCA developed standards for fan performance and efficiency. By considering these additional standards and regulations, you can ensure that fan installations are not only safe but also perform efficiently and contribute to a healthy environment. In conclusion, the NEC provides comprehensive requirements for the installation, wiring, and protection of fans. By understanding and following these requirements, you can prevent electrical hazards and ensure the safe operation of fans in various settings. Remember to consult the NEC, use qualified electricians, and maintain fan installations in accordance with the NEC requirements and manufacturer's instructions. Understanding the differences between UL listing and UL recognized components is crucial for ensuring the safety and compliance of electrical equipment, including fans. While both UL listing and UL recognized components involve UL evaluation and certification services, they have distinct meanings and applications. UL listing applies to complete products that are intended for standalone use. When a product is UL listed, it means that UL has tested and evaluated the entire product to ensure that it meets UL safety standards. The UL mark on a listed product indicates that it has been subjected to rigorous testing and meet industry-recognized safety requirements. UL listed products are typically intended for direct sale to consumers or end users. UL recognized components, on the other hand, are components or sub-assemblies that are intended for use in a larger product. UL recognized components are evaluated by UL to ensure that they meet specific safety requirements, but they are not intended for standalone use. The UL recognized component mark indicates that the component has been evaluated for use in a specific application and meets UL safety requirements for that application. UL recognized components are typically sold to manufacturers who incorporate them into their products. The key difference between UL listing and UL recognized components is that UL listing applies to complete products, while UL recognized components apply to components or subassemblies that are intended for use in a larger product. UL listed products are intended for standalone use, while UL recognized components are not. In the context of fans, it's possible for a fan to be UL listed, UL recognized, or both. A UL listed fan is a complete fan that has been tested and evaluated by UL to ensure that it meets UL safety standards. A UL recognized fan component is a component or subassembly of a fan, such as a motor or blade, that has been evaluated by UL for use in a specific application. It's also possible for a fan to be UL listed and to incorporate UL recognized component. In this case, the complete fan has been tested and evaluated by UL, and some of its components have also been evaluated by UL for use in the fan. When selecting a fan for a particular application, it's important to understand whether the fan is UL listed, UL recognized, or both. If the fan is intended for standalone use, it should be UL listed. If the fan is intended to be incorporated into a larger product, it may be UL recognized or it may incorporate UL recognized components. To ensure safety and compliance, it's essential to follow these steps. 1. When selecting a fan, determine whether it needs to be UL listed or UL recognized based on its intended use. 2. Check the fan's documentation for information about its UL listing or UL recognition status. 3. If the fan is UL recognized, ensure that it is used in accordance with UL requirements for the specific application. 4. Follow the manufacturer's instructions for installation, operation, and maintenance. In addition to UL listing and UL recognized components, other standards and regulations may be relevant to fan safety and compliance. For example, the NEC provides requirements for the wiring and installation of fans. The AMCA develops standards for fan performance and efficiency. By considering these additional standards and regulations, you can ensure that fans are not only safe but also perform efficiently and contribute to a healthy environment. In conclusion, understanding the differences between UL listing and UL recognized components is crucial for ensuring the safety and compliance of fans and other electrical equipment. UL listing applies to complete products, while UL recognized components apply to components or subassemblies that are intended for use in a larger product. By understanding these differences and following the steps outlined above, you can ensure that fans are selected, installed, and used safely and in compliance with applicable standards and regulations.